Spooked to death.
When you first start 1994's Ecstatica and the horrific balloon animal first comes on screen, it's important to know that this game was made by a small team and was a one-man project for the first few years of development. One man. One highly motivated, truly dedicated, big-head smart boy. Andrew Spencer of Andrew Spencer Studios was a man with a vision. His pent-up frustration with the growing industry standard of using triangles to create characters with angular and robotic-looking assets led him to spend years of his life developing an alternative. Inspired by 1935's Balloon Land and the growing need in his loins, Andrew Spencer of Andrew Spencer Studios utilized a forbidden technique that had been shunned by the gaming industry and invented an engine that would allow for organic-looking, more rounded human figures by using circuloids in place of triangulars. Using this dark magic, Andrew Spencer of Andrew Spencer Studios put his good name and reputation on the line, all for the sake of his vision, of course, being
the perfect ass. Honestly, it still holds up today. Just the ass. Everything else doesn't look too good. I mean, it's fine. It's just the game's style. Just ignore the faces and everything else if you don't like them. This game is over 20 years old. Ass technology was not even in its infancy yet. But I'm getting off track. Let's start the game. Alright, here we are controlling some nerd in tights. Oh, he tripped. Ah, wait a minute, something's off about this. Zoom. Enhance. Oh, what's this? There's some kind of strange lump between this man's legs. I don't know what this is. Hang on, let me check this medically accurate anatomy book for reference. There it is. It's not labeled or anything. This didn't really help. Okay. Why would Andrew Spencer of Andrew Spencer Studios bother rendering this small detail while the protagonist's head is but a single oval? Imagine if they did this with Mario and Mario 64. Oh, why didn't they do this with Mario and Mario? Okay, so he gets back up and he walks in on a man getting beaten to death by what is this? Oh, a werewolf. How could I not recognize the most realistic rendition of a monster to ever haunt my screen? Hope that wasn't important. Oh no, I'm sure those sound files were meant to play over each other. You just don't understand Andrew Spencer's vision. Alright, now we're into the meat of Ecstatica, getting chased around by hyper-realistic incompetent monsters that are easily avoided. They're kind of adorable, but I don't think they were intended to be.
I remember that bulge.
Oh, bless his heart, he finally got the drop on the player. Sure, it's an unavoidable scripted sequence, but he tries so hard. Now seeing this werewolf made of spheres whip a bound man, this has got me real nostalgic for Second Life back in like 2005 or 6. Don't go getting any funny ideas now. I used to play it with the people from the Funny Looping Gifts and Loud Sounds website.
You're the man now, dog.
Now that was a website. You know, back then I used to... I'm getting way off track. This has nothing to do with Ecstatica, I'm sorry. Ecstatica is all about finding items you need to progress, unlike Alone in the Dark, which had a lot of ways to interact with items, allowing for all kinds of different puzzles. In Ecstatica, you can only pick items up and put them down, meaning a majority of puzzles boil down to finding an item on the ground and bringing it to a location where it will automatically trigger an animation. You can only hold 2 items at a time, one in each hand. It's very realistic this way. Here, you need to bring more than 2 items to a location to progress. This is where the realism just blows me away. You can't possibly bring all the items at once, so you need to run back and forth making multiple trips. Now, there's a good chance you'll want to hold on to that weapon that's taking up one of your hands, meaning you can only carry 1 key item at a time. This is what Andrew Spencer wants you to do. But listen to me, don't waste any more of your life than necessary playing Ecstatica. There's no point in fighting the monsters. Lay down the weapon. Use both of your hands for key items. Oh, I've completely glanced over the story, haven't I? This thirsty boy want water.
I need some water now.
He go to town. He find journal left by woman named Ecstatica. She did the thing she shouldn't have been doing, and bada bing bada boom, frickin' demons. In that same house, there's also a recipe for, I don't know. But it's probably necessary for progression, so I better gather all those items. However, thanks to the magic of editing, I already have. And now, our sterling boy has been transmogrified into a squirrel. I honestly don't see it.
Has he never seen a squirrel? What did Andrew Spencer of Andrew Spencer— Wait, holy sh—
All this was so he could be small enough to fit through a hole and break into this guy's basement so he could throw his sword at you so you can grab the sword and take it to— Hold up, that's piss. That is bright yellow piss.
Okay, take the sword to the pond and get knighted.
Okay, now that we've been knighted, we can get into the wizard's tower where we can—
Rebecca! Takara! Oh, no. You're a knight, aren't you?
Wood, please. But there's nothing here.
Alright, now here's a cool trick. Walking backwards breaks the traps. I don't know the legit method for getting past this part, but it's possible this is the intended method. If so, the game doesn't really say you can do this.
Hello! I bet you've come for the demon, haven't
I'm
you?
getting some real conflicting vibes here. Are you okay, Mr. Andrew Spencer of Andrew Spencer Studios? Is there something you would like to talk about?
Big head.
Alright, so we find some skin-tight armor and fight a recreation of our past self. I'm sure it's deeply symbolic or something, but it dies in one hit from the plot-mandatory magical MacGuffin. You can't just kill the past like that, no matter how hard you try. It's not that easy. You can't run from your past, Mr. Andrew Spencer of Andrew Spencer Studios. Something will catch up to you eventually. It's inevitable.
What?
Now this is a room. Between the buff guys and the statues, there are a grand total of 10 penises in this room. I counted. Impressive, Mr. Spencer, impressive.
Ah, you at last. I have been awaiting the coming of the night.
Gross.
Come and sit at my table. We need to talk. So, I have heard so much about you lately. I am, in a word, thirsty, and I will offer you an eternal life of pleasure if you agree to give me this bone you have in your pants.
No, and then you get out of there.
You cannot leave without an answer.
Christ. Alright, this is it, the final battle. I can't see, but if I just mash the attack button, I'll probably win. Oh, it's over. Let's just soak in this ending and the music Andrew Spencer of Andrew Spencer Studios chose to accompany it. I assume that the woman is Ecstatica, but there's no dialogue, so it's never confirmed. The name Ecstatica is also never mentioned anywhere in the game either. I only know it because I read the wiki. Most players would probably get through this and not even know Ecstatica is a person's name. Overall, I would say Andrew Spencer of Andrew Spencer Studios is a very cool guy. He probably doesn't live with his parents, but I am going to have to subtract points from him for not knowing what a squirrel looks like. How absolutely wretched. Well, this is the end of the video. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to plug something here. I have a Twitter account, but I don't use that, so it's pointless. I'm terribly allergic to shit. Well, bye.